guys, welcome to our channel. This time we're going to present top 5 anime from Mamoru Hosoda. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Check this out. Number 5 is Mirai no Mirai. Mirai no Mirai is an original anime made by Studio Chizu and directed by Mamoru Hosoda. This anime premiered in July 2018. Mirai no Mirai tells the story about a 4-year-old boy, Kun Ota, who lived a spoiled life as an only child with his parents and the family dog, Yuki. But when his new baby sister Mirai is brought home, his simple life is turned upside down. Suddenly, it isn't all about him anymore. Despite his tantrums and nagging, Mirai is seemingly now the subject of all his parents' love. To help him adapt to this drastic change, Kun is taken on an extraordinary journey through time, meeting his family's past, present, and future self, as he learns not only what it means to be a part of family, but also what it means to be an older brother. Mirai no Mirai presented with an interesting story about the adventures of Kun-chan in his effort to be a good brother and a child that can be proud of. The anime itself divides the conflict Kun-chan faces into several different stories. From every conflict that occurs, we'll see the development of the character of Kun-chan so he can become a better child. The visuals presented look very good, with a similar character design but with subtle animations and detailed background images that are truly stunning. Overall, if you're looking for a family-themed anime, maybe this anime will be suitable for you to watch. Number 4 is Summer Wars. Summer Wars is an original movie anime made by Studio Madhouse and directed by Mamoru Hosoda. This anime premiered on August 1, 2009. Summer Wars tells a story about Oz, a virtual world connected to the internet that has become extremely popular worldwide as a spot for people to engage in a large variety of activities, such as playing sports or shopping, through avatars created and customized by the user. Oz also possesses a near impenetrable security due to its strong encryption, ensuring that any personal data transmitted through the networks will be kept safe in order to protect those who use it. Because of its convenient applications, the majority of society has become highly dependent on the simulated reality, even going as far as entrusting the system with bringing back the unmanned asteroid explorer Arawashi. Kenji Koizu, a 17-year-old math genius and part-time Oz moderator, is invited by his crush Natsuki Shinohara on a summer trip. But unbeknownst to him, this adventure requires him to act as her fiancé. Shortly after arriving at Natsuki's family's estate, which is preparing for her great-grandmother's 19th birthday, he receives a strange coded message on his cell phone from an unknown sender who challenges him to solve it. Kenji is able to crack the code, but little does he know that his math expertise has just put Earth in great danger. Summer Wars presents a sci-fi anime about virtual reality that displays the family element really well. With a story that's delivered in this anime, we can feel the familiarity and warmth of the families we can feed through this anime. For the sci-fi and virtual elements, it can be seen from the world that has been integrated with technology. Everything in this world can be done through a virtual world. The sci-fi element will later become a major conflict that's raised at the end of the story. In terms of characterizations, the characters have unique personalities, and all interactions involving various characters in it are very interesting to watch. Even with limited time duration, this anime is able to develop many characters in this anime. Even though because of that, the main character has not much focused. In terms of visuals, the animation looks so beautiful. The combination of 2D and 3D animation presented is also very fitting, so it is nice to watch. For the background art itself, it looks very detailed and is able to present a world very well. Overall, if you're looking for a heartwarming and entertaining virtual reality anime, then this anime is suitable for you to watch. Number 3 is Toki wo Kakeru Shoujo. Toki wo Kakeru Shoujo is a movie anime adaptation from novel with the same name made by Yasutaka Yusui. This anime made by Madhouse Studio and directed by Mamoru Hosoda. This anime premiered in July 2006. Toki wo Kakeru Shoujo tells a story about Makoto Kono in her last year of high school, but she is having a hard time deciding what to do with her future. In between enduring the pressure of her teachers and killing time with her best friends, Makoto's life suddenly changes when she accidentally discovers that she is capable of literally living through time. We follow Makoto as she plays around with her newfound power. However, she soon learns that the hard way is that every choice has a consequence, and time is a lot more complicated than it may seem. Toki or Kakeru Shoujo presents a time travel anime full of drama and moral messages in it. And the anime will see Makoto who tries to do time travel to correct her very simple mistakes, but as the story goes on, her time travel actually causes many conflicts and problems that affect her life and her two friends. The anime seems to teach us that the future is not something that we must avoid, no matter how big the obstacles and problems that wait, but it's something that we have to face because that's where we learn to become a better person. The characters in the anime feel so well written, especially Makoto. Coupled with the development of the character from Makoto, which is getting better along with the story. The visuals presented look amazing, even with a simple character design, but in terms of background and animation, the anime is able to be displayed in detail and smooth. Overall, if you're looking for a time-themed anime that's not only entertaining but also full of moral messages, then this anime is suitable for you to watch. Number 2 is Bakemono no Ko. Bakemono no Ko is an original anime made by Studio Chizu and directed by Mamoru Hosoda. The anime premiered in July 2015. Bakemono no Ko tells story about two souls who live very different lives, wander alone and isolated in their respective worlds. For 9-year-old Ran, the last person who treated him with any form of kindness has been killed and he is shunned by what is left of his family. With no parents, no real family, and no place to go, Ran escapes into the confusing streets and alleyways of Shibuya. Through the twists and turns of the alias, Ran stumbles into the intimidating Kumatetsu, who leads him to the beast realm of Shibuten. For Kumatetsu, the boy represents a chance for him to become a candidate to replace the lord of the realm once he retires. While nearly unmatched in combat, Kumatetsu's chilly persona leaves him with no disciples to teach and no one to prove he's worthy of becoming the lord's successor. While the duo share different goals, they agree to help each other in order to reach the goal. Kumatetsu searches for recognition. Ran, now known as Kyuta, searches for the home he never had. As the years pass by, it starts to become apparent that the two are helping each other in more ways than they had originally thought. Perhaps there has always been less of a difference between them, a boy and a beast, than neither of the two ever realized. Bakemono no Ko presents a supernatural and adventure movie anime that feels very entertaining and heartwarming to watch. With an interesting story about the life of Ran, a child who is then taken care of by a beast named Kumatetsu and takes care of him until adulthood. And the anime will be shown how the closeness, the relationship between Kumatetsu and Ran that despite being different creatures, and also with a chemistry that feels very much like a father and a son. With a lot of funny comedy moments, touching moments, and even the heartwarming moment in every interaction that occurs between the two of them, make the story presented much more interesting to follow. In terms of visuals, the anime presents an animation that's really smooth and neat, with background art that's also very detailed and beautiful, even with a simple character design. But because of the visuals, make you able to feel the nuances of the story presented by the anime really well. Overall, we are looking for an interesting supernatural movie anime to watch, then Bakemono no Ko should be the one. Number 1 is Ookami Kodomo no Ame to Yuki. Ookami Kodomo no Ame to Yuki is an original anime made by Studio Chizu and directed by Mamoru Hosoda. The anime premiered in July 2012. Ookami Kodomo no Ame to Yuki tells story about Hana, a hardworking college student who falls in love with a mysterious man who attends one of her classes though he is not an actual student. As it turns out, he is not truly human either. On a full moon night, he transforms, revealing that he is the last werewolf alive. Despite this, Hana's love remains strong, and the two ultimately decide to start a family. Hana gives birth to two healthy children, Ame born during rainfall and Yuki born during snowfall. But possessing the ability to turn into wolves, a trait inherited from their father. All too soon, however, the sudden death of her lover devastates Hana's life, leaving her to raise a peculiar family completely on her own. The stress of raising her well-natured children in a densely populated city, all while keeping their identity a secret, culminates in a decision to move to the countryside, where she hopes Sama and Yuki can live a life free from the judgments of the society. Wolf Children is a heartwarming story about the challenges of being a single mother in an unforgiving modern world. Ookami, Kodomo, no Yuki, are also known by the name Wolf Children, presents a drama anime that will really make you moved and emotional while watching it. The story about the struggle of a mother who raised her two children who are half-wolf is really full of obstacles and difficulties. Not only that, the inner conflict and the search for identity that must be passed by her two children were also full of difficulties, especially because both of them are eventually growing up. If you're looking for a drama anime that's full of romantic, moving, emotional, and heartwarming moments, you must watch this one. Moreover, the characters in this anime are also very strong. It was also helped by the narration and the story, which were indeed good, making the various moments and conflicts really felt interesting to follow. From a visual perspective, the animation looks very smooth. The background art displayed also looks very detailed, coupled with the character design that although seemingly looks simple but are able to look attractive, typical of the anime by director Mamoru Hosoda. Overall, if you're looking for a really interesting family drama anime to watch, then this Wolf Children anime is what you should try. It's all top 5 best anime from Mamoru Hosoda that we can present this time. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time, guys!